welcome to M&N News. Today we have some special guests with us, Dr. Nick, our nephelometer expert. Just 2 hours ago, we received a report of a multi-vehicle accident with 3 people dead and a dozen people hurt. We now go to Nick at the scene of the accident, Dr. Nathan.
Hi, I'm at the scene where multiple vehicles were involved in the collision. This sandstorm is similar to the one that occurred last October, where the reduced visibility from the blowing dust caused a similar incident. We need to find a way to warn people earlier, because once the sandstorm is detected, it's often too late.
I said it in October, and I'll say it again. We need to install nephelometers on surrounding radio and cell phone towers and connect them to electronic road signs so that as soon as a sandstorm is detected, a warning can be sent to the signs and the people. Using this, we can get an earlier warning so that the next time this unfortunate event happens, people will be warned, therefore safe.
Good morning and welcome back to M&N News. Today we have some special guests with us, Dr. Nick and Dr. Nathan. Dr. Nick works for Ecotech, who makes the nephelometers. Dr. Nathan is part of the Arizona Department of Transportation, also known as ADOT. So doctors, I've heard you two have come up with a plan to help the community. Is this true?
Yes, it is true, Matt. We think we potentially save hundreds of lives with our plan.
Sandstorms are a major problem in Arizona, so if we connect the nephelometer with street signs, we can have multiple ways of alerting people.
What exactly is a nephelometer?
A nephelometer is a device that detects particles in the air using red, green, and blue light.
How will ADOT help support these nephelometers?
The nephelometer would connect to ADOT technology that would send out an earlier warning to the electronic street signs. There is also an opportunity to buy receivers that will alert any driver.
Who exactly makes these nephelometers?
The company that makes these nephelometers is called Ecotech. It has many worldwide divisions.
Well, what I think you two are doing is great, and I hope it turns out well.
Thank you.
Welcome back to M&N News. This is a follow-up report to the 21-car pileup that occurred last week. Earlier this morning, another treacherous sandstorm occurred just 2 miles north of Phoenix, Arizona. This could have been a catastrophe. Thanks to Ecotech and their nephelometers, people were kept safe. Here is Bill, who was spared by his life-saving event.
Hello, mate. So, there it was, just the driving the truck down the road. When I saw this huge cloud, it was, about 3 silos high and the length of 50 of the gaseous clouds you would ever see. And it was coming right towards me, like a big sand avalanche. As I was marveling at it, an alarm in the truck told me it was coming, and I realized the signs were on everywhere, when here one there all along the highway. One told me where the nearest spot to pull over was, and boy am I thankful that I got the warning. All I have to say is thank you, Dr. Nick and Dr. Nathan. Y'all saved my life.
We also have a businessman named Colin Jefferson, who says he was caught in the storm driving away from his office.
Yes, I was driving away from my office because I just finished filling one of the biggest orders for my company. But let's talk about the storm, shall we? So I was driving home when I heard a weird beeping noise. So I checked the dash of my car, and sure enough, I saw that the sandstorm was on its way in my direction. So I immediately pulled over, and sure enough, I saw a rising wall of dust engulfing. And boy, am I thankful I got that warning.
In conclusion, fatal accidents from another terrible sandstorm were avoided. Thanks to the nephelometers and the electronic street signs, people were kept safe.
Remember, pull aside, stay alive.
Great presentation, guys. I love it.
Thank you.
So, how did you guys decide what problem you wanted to look at?
Well, we were browsing around for different problems that we could try to solve, and sandstorms came to us as a unique problem that not many people would do. And the thing that we focused on for sandstorms was motorists. So as we were researching about sandstorms, we saw this accident that had 21 cars piled up and a lot of injuries, and 3 people had died.
Also, this is causing because people will be pulling aside on the road, and because people don't know where to pull off, so they keep looking and looking, and then they somehow find some place, but then they'll park and they'll keep their lights on, so they would think that it would like show the driver behind them. But since there's such low visibility, the car will think that's the road and they'll smash right into the car there, and then it just keeps piling up and piling up because of this, and we wanted to find a way to resolve it.
So did you speak to anyone who has experience or works in that area?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. Fantastic.
We got 4 people. We got James Peck, who was a car expert, like saying that, like confirming that it could work with like cars, like adding something to a car, helping us like form an idea. And then we got John Carney, an EcoCheck representative, someone who manufactures the nephelometer. He told us about how the nephelometer works and what exactly it would be able to do. And Frank DeJoseph works part of PennDOT, and he told us about the street signs and the cameras, which we initially thought of using, then we realized that they were not needed. And then last is Ken Waters, who works for the National Weather Service. He's a meteorologist for them.
Yeah, he was currently working on a project for Sandstorm.
Yes, he does live in Phoenix, Arizona, so he has experienced many, and he works with them to try to alert people to it.
And then, let me see. So did you look at whether there are existing solutions out there?
We
Did.
Well, we knew that they were focusing on something, but the nephelometer, we thought would be like more exact and a better warning system. Because they already are trying to do something similar, but with a cheaper item that needs calibration a lot. But the nephelometer is, you don't need to calibrate it. It just goes.
And also, the nephelometer is being used for pollution in around the Gobi Desert and China. So, and John Carney told us about this, and it could work with sandstorms, and that was what we heard.
So using something that's already used in a different field for this new field?
Yes.
Okay.
That's what we
I think that's all my questions.
Personally, I think it's a great thing because I come from Kuwait and I've seen a lot of sandstorms, and if you're driving, you barely can see anything ahead of you.
Yeah.
So it's always good to have a solution catered to that. So great stuff on that. So the nephelometer, you get the readings, and can you repeat how you would warn the customers? Like, is that through the radio?
Well,
3 things.
there's
Yeah, 3. No, 4 things. We didn't mention all of them in our skit, but we would have the street signs, as mentioned.
Yeah, they would, the nephelometer would send a signal to ADOT, and they would put up a little warning that would say like sandstorms ahead, warning sandstorm ahead. And
So by street signs, you mean the ones that like they can
Yeah,
change
big
what it says?
electronic
Okay, I
ones,
thought you
yeah.
meant stop signs.
And Frank DeJoseph, he told us how to actually change the signs. So you have to manually, like you get like something that says, oh, there's like a sandstorm. Not in this area, they would be like, say a tornado was coming.
So what would be next? Say the signs are not visible.
Okay, if you can't see the signs, as Nathan mentioned in the second MNN news conference, that there was an opportunity to buy receivers in your car that would automatically send you the warning
And it would like start beeping on your
as Colin and
So it has to
Bill
be an add-on.
got the warning. That's an add-on. And then there was one more. We were also thinking of doing like cell phones.
Cell
If you like
phones, yeah.
subscribe or like text that company, they would give you like warnings.
Some app.
Yeah.
Do you know the cost of the add-on receiver? Or
The add-on
research
We
into that?
receiver-
never get the cost of the add-on, but we know that the nephelometer costs $15,000.
So we were trying. They have like different levels of it, and the 15,000 is like the 6. That's like the super.
The super
But
one.
it still can work as it can with like the lower versions that would cost around $5,000, which would be more of a reasonable price.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And did you think about how many of these you might need or
Yeah.
where they might be placed?
We put them at 5-mile radiuses across
I-10, which is
off of the
Here, I'll hold it
interstate off of Interstate 40
and I-10 and I-40, and then through Flagstaff to Holbrook and Phoenix, Tucson, and then a little bit around Casa Grande.
So how did you determine that you were going to put them in those areas? So that's
Those are the sandstorm corridors, is what they're called. That's
okay.
where sandstorms most commonly happen. Yes, Ken Waters told us about how there's sandstorms, like in these areas, and the different types of sandstorms that like do different things. So we,
Yeah, that was probably the
Yeah,
most
we marked
reasonable
off the
place
areas
where we could put
where
them.
sandstorms occur like daily.
I have a lot of questions. Whose idea was the mustache?
Yours.
Mine. We
Where'd
actually,
you get it?
we
Here.
got it from the you know how there's prizes. If
Yeah.
you could answer the sheet, yeah, that's where I got it. So
Is
this
it really
morning
itchy?
we just decided to do it.
I see you doing this.
See that?
What were you gonna say?
So we just decided to do it today because we saw mustaches, and Nick was
I was going to put one on, but I didn't have enough time.
Oh. You could put it on, right?
Yeah, we can put it on.
That would just be
Do it
Bill.
now. Do it now. What does MNN stand for?
Matt, Nick, and Nick.
Aw.
So it's like CNN.
It's a play on CNN.
Whose idea was the costumes and the accent?
It was everybody.
I think it was mostly your
Mostly
idea because
mine.
you were in charge
He
of
started
making
the accent, and
we
He
all
started it.
because we all split up 3 parts. Like Matt was doing the first part where he was standing there, and Nick and I were over here at the scene. Then I did the middle one, and then Nick did the last one. So he kind of decided on
How the accents.
the accents and things.
Okay. Who wrote the script?
We all did. We
Yeah,
did
we each-
each part.
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
we
I
each-
wrote
I wrote
the first
on
part
it.
of the script, the first script area.
And then
The,
I wrote the second, and then he wrote the third.
And I'm really impressed. How did you guys memorize the script? Did
We
you
kept on reading it over and over.
over and over and just practicing and stuff? Was it really hard?
No, not too hard.
Kind of, but because there were like parts that we were just like prone to forget. We always used to forget them, and then we got it down kind of.
Yeah, because we didn't practicing like since the scrimmage. We've just been
Yeah, we
trying
Since
to
the
get it
scrimmage
down.
in November, we started.
Yeah, we
practicing.
started memorizing.
Yeah.
Who did you go back to these guys and share your presentation with them?
Yeah, we've emailed them. We posted this on YouTube, right?
Yeah,
And then we emailed that to them.
And we also shared it with our school gifted class.
That's cool. Do you guys know how many views you got on YouTube?
Probably we got at least 100. Right?
Yeah, can we get the link?
I checked.
We
The
wa-
link, yeah,
watched the videos of the gifted class.
Yeah, we got at least 100.
Actually,
I love the look.
the other
And then my last question was, how did you guys find out about the nephelometer?
We were just looking for.
And
just,
just,
like,
found
browsing.
it.
Yeah, we just found.
And
okay,
then
cool.
we talked to John Carney, which was our second.
So you just reached out to him.
And
Yeah,
asked
we
if people
asked
would
him
assist us.
questions and everything,
Oh, great.
and it worked out.
So his information was just on internet and you could just...
The nephelometer device.
Oh, the
yeah.
nephelometer
No,
works.
John Carney.
Oh, John Carney
How
was
did you
through
reach him?
Skype.
Okay,
Skype, because he lives in Connecticut.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, Penn Waters. Yeah.
He was either Connecticut or Rhode Island.
Yeah, for Frank and Joseph, we actually went to Penn to see.
Oh,
Yeah.
you did?
Yeah, we
we
went-
traveled like a field.
Yeah, we went to the
Oh,
King
good.
of Fresha office.
And we changed one of the signs, so we
We
actually
did.
we looked at the cameras and we changed one of the signs to say test, test, test. It was really fun.
Yeah,
That
there
was
was
so
like
much fun.
It would be awesome if he actually changed
Cameras.
it so that like it would be like Sandstorm in Pennsylvania. And I would be like, what's happening?
We'd all be like everyone in Atlanta this week with the snow.
No.
Yeah, and yeah, we got to use the cameras to like look around and see.
Yeah,
You
these
actually
are
got to use the cameras.
Yeah, we got to control him.
Yeah, there's like a little code for each camera to put in, and then there's
I am so jealous.
Thank you.
Not just of your facial hair.
Yeah, I mean, like, I've been trying to grow one, but it just doesn't work.
Yeah. Well, there's a bunch upstairs in the other
when you get
auditorium.
the free time.
Thank you. I will go and check out for you.
Yeah.
You never know when a moustache is going to come
They're
out.
bribing us with mustaches. They can't let them do this.
Driving.
Right.
Alright, so any other questions?
No, I think that was
you guys?
everything.
No, I think we are set here.
We're all good. Thanks, guys.
Alright,
Thank you guys so much.
Well done.
Alright guys,
Thank
good
you
stuff.
guys.
All the best.